Good rainy morning. It's Monday, September 28th, 2020. And welcome to Savannah Community Headlines Live. It's a virtual weekly gathering around the water cooler. And you can actually join us here in the online studio by clicking on the link in the comments section. We've got lots happening this week. We already have a full studio, which is great. We've got the October 1 Encourage Health virtual lecture series coming up. We've got Buddy Walk coming up on October 3rd. We've got the Safe Shelter fundraiser. We've got the Empty Bowl event coming up November 1. Also, I'm hoping somebody can talk about the biz pitch with SCORE. That's always really a lot of fun and a chance for new businesses to make a lot of seed money and get a lot of free services. So if somebody's out there, please click on the link and come on in. So the studio is already pretty full this morning. I'm Marjorie Young, one of the water cooler hosts, and Catalina Garcia Quick. She's right there. So let's go around the room for some introductions. I'm going to click on Franny first. Hold on a second. Let me get here. Okay, Franny, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, my name is Franny Williams, and I am hosting for Encourage Health coming up live October 1st. And we're having an amazing series with Dr. SAVANNAH and Bill, and I am your host for those quarterly shows. So I'm so excited to see you all there. It's nice to meet you.
Welcome, Franny. Now we're going to go to Ariana. Good morning.
Hi. Thanks for having me. My name is Ariana Bergsteiner. I'm the executive director of the Emmaus House Soup Kitchen, and we have our big annual fundraiser coming up November 1st, the Empty Bowl fundraiser. It's going to look a little different this year, but we will be having it in Reynolds Square downtown, and we'll also have some online auction and different online elements involved in the event. So we're really excited. I'm so excited to talk about it.
Yes, welcome. Now we're going to go to Dr. Grimm. Good morning, Deidre. Good morning.
Good morning. Oh my God. Y'all, please excuse my background. I'm the nutrition program manager, but I'm also a board member of the Emmaus House. And as someone who works for equitable access to healthy foods, and just working with Ariana has been a pleasure, because she definitely gets the fact of needing to have healthy foods given to those who are in tough times. So thank you for having me here.
Thank you, Deidre. Thanks for being on. And let's see, we've got SAVANNAH and Bill. Hey, good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Who are you guys?
I'm Dr. SAVANNAH Pilzik, and I'm here with my husband, Bill, and we are actually the first speakers for the End Market Encourage Health series. So we will be talking about anxiety and stress in the time of COVID. I'm a kinesiologist, and Bill is an exercise physiologist and a former world champion swimmer, 50-meter freestyler, and he's also the head coach for the SCAD men's and women's swim team. So we're going to bring some tips in from the sports world and help people how to handle all the daily stresses that we're going through right now.
Yeah, amen. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you for being on. All right. And next we've got Jess. Hold on a second. Jess, hey, good morning.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Jess Belfry. I'm actually on the Biz Pitch committee, so I can definitely fill you all in about Biz Pitch. We've got that coming up in November. Right now, the applications are live, and you can really think of Biz Pitch as a Shark Tank for Savannah entrepreneurs. I'm also representing Make-A-Wish today. Make-A-Wish just kicked off their campaign where 15 community leaders are competing to be Savannah's best waiter. And so we'll talk a little bit about that too.
Awesome. Thanks for being on. All right. And next we've got Major Rob Gavin. He is the head of the Safe Shelter Board. They've got a really big fundraiser coming up. Good morning, Rob.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me, Marjorie. Yes, it's coming up October 8th with our friends from the Mighty Equinox Orchestra. Because of COVID, we couldn't have a gala this year, and it's just so important to keep the funding coming in and going through those things. So, we're here to talk about that and any questions people have about Safe Shelter and anything we can do. I'm also a major on the police department, but I'm also the president of board of directors. And it's I just love the staff and everybody, and they're our community partners, and we couldn't do it without them. So hopefully we can show some love back to them.
So Rob, let's just jump right in about Safe Shelter. This event is October 8th. And how do they get sponsorship, donations? I mean, how's that going to work?
Okay, so it was Jeremy Davis from the Mighty Equinox, or the Fabulous Equinox Orchestra, contacted us when we were trying to find ways to fundraise this year, being that we couldn't have any in-person events, which really depleted most of what we do at restaurants and all types of things like that. So he came to us and he knew about Safe Shelter and what it does, and so he offered to put together this concert. And so the fundraising concert will appear. It was pre-recorded. They did a dressed up, fabulous location, and they filmed the whole event, and it'll air on October 8th. And so the way you give is to go to any of the links. They're on the Safe Shelter page. They're on the Mighty Equinox Orchestra page. We've forwarded and sent them out through Facebook. You should see them all shared all over Facebook. But what you do is you buy a ticket, a virtual ticket, and that is the donation. The tickets are $50, and we also have the ability to gala to go. So if you want to have a small viewing party at your house, you can Cohen's Retreat has put together a menu for ordering that. And if you're one of the larger sponsors, somebody from the board will actually be delivering it to your house, and or the location where you're at. And so we're trying to do whatever we can. We have a great board. Everybody's involved, and of course, the shelter is continuing to struggle through the times like many other of the nonprofits around are having the same issues. So we're hoping this is a big success, and it'll also help us going into next year when we have to figure out if this continues on or if things change in the new world that we're in.
So Rob, you're on the front lines with seeing a lot of this domestic violence. I mean, is there any statistics or a story that you can share with us of just how important it is to have a place that women can find a safe shelter?
Absolutely. I mean, if you go back 10 years ago, and Safe Shelter's been around for over 45 years, and so the only ability that people have when it comes to a domestic violence event is that it's a power move by the offender, and a lot of times it's economic, educational, all those different things that will keep someone in place, isolation, all those things. And unfortunately, COVID created an isolation type atmosphere for everyone. And so because of that, people were more scared to get out. People were having a lot of economic struggles due to the shutdowns and all of those things. And so trying to find that little glimmer of hope or that way to get out seemed hopeless. And the one thing that, Safe Shelter is we didn't downsize. We didn't close the doors. We didn't change the hours. We're still there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every day of the year. And if we don't have, if we're full, which we've been full for weeks at a time now, and that's over 48 beds, we'll find a place for you. We have people in hotel rooms. We have people in whatever it takes to get you out of that bad situation. And, we're going to help you. We have kids going to school at Safe Shelter. They're in our learning center. So they're not missing a beat, and they're going to school, and they have computers and all the things that they need. And so all of that is what we're looking for, and what we have to continue to fund and keep going every day.
I know when Cheryl was on last time, she was also talking about this couple that this mom was in huge danger, and apparently the husband shot the dog dead and said, if you try and lead me, I'm going to do this to you.
Yeah. So, I mean, some people, some victims stay because of the animals. We've had people that have said, I knew if I left, he would hurt my dog or hurt my cat or do something like that. So that was one of the things that, we realized is that, some animals or pets that's their first child. That's some of the most important things in their life. And so that's, again, used as a power piece. It's used as a controlling piece. And this gentleman knew what the dog meant to the wife. And so he, as a way to threaten, scare, and hurt her, he shot the dog just to get back at her or to put her in line. And so, someone who's in a situation with someone who acts like that, that's a situation where you can end up dead. We started doing the lethality assessments years ago here. And so part of that is we ask a series of 11 questions. And if there's something that triggers a response that we tell them, people in your situation have ended up dead, if they stay in these situations. And it's not to scare them. It's to make sure they understand that we will get you out of it. We will find some place for you to go. We will take care of your kids and make sure they're fed and clothed and, and it's all those things that you have to try and solve all of those problems to get someone to get out of that cycle. Mm-hmm. And so Safe Shelter tries to do all of those things. And what we do is we're looking, we have people that are moving into our diversion housing, which they've been at the shelter and they've gone through and they're getting back on their feet. And so we get them, we have 9 apartments that we furnish and we get them started again. And, they go to work and, once they get on their feet, they're able to go back out and they don't need the assistance of that person who was controlling them the whole time. So it takes a long time, but it's worth it.
That all costs a lot of money. And on this fundraiser, October 8th, y'all need a lot of money. So anybody watching out there, you can go to the Safe Shelter website, or you can also go to the Fabulous Equinox Orchestra, and you can buy your ticket. Well, you don't have to buy tickets. You can make a donation to watch the event, and also go buy some dinner at Cohen's. Part of the proceeds go to Safe Shelter. So that's great.
And they created an adult beverage, the Purple Lady, SAVANNAH vodka, and they put the ingredients on there so you can make a Purple Lady and enjoy that. Well, of course it's adult cocktail, but enjoy that during the event. And like I said, we want everybody. If you've never seen them before, they put on a great show. I mean, it's a really fun show. And Jeremy is, if anybody's going to host an event, he's got the most excitement I've seen out of people in a long time. And just a really great time. And we hope everybody can join in.
Rob, I think you all have some survivors, some victims that have actually escaped alive. I mean, they're going to be giving some testimonies and telling their story, right?
Yes, every year at our galas, we usually have some survivors that come in and tell their story, and we tried to do that same thing. So we made some short videos where some of the survivors are telling some of their stories, and that's going to get edited into the event. So in between some songs or when they needed to take a break, you're going to get to hear some of those powerful stories and 100% true stories, and they're from right here. They're right here in Chatham County, and it's people that made it out and survived and flourished, and and they're great to hear.
So just really quickly, I want to just give you a little insight of what this sound is going to be like. We've got some music actually from the Equinox. That's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. That's what I hope. I hope to see you guys all live on the. It's going to be on streaming on Safe Shelter and the Equinox's site, right?
Yes, maybe on Facebook, and then it'll also run on their YouTube page the remainder of the week.
Awesome.
So you'll be able to watch. If you can't watch Thursday, you might be able to watch Sunday night or Monday night. So it'll go for about 5 days, and you can continue to give during the whole time that it's up there to air. And hopefully, we give, and like I said, all of those proceeds go straight back to making sure we have everything that they need there at the shelter as we move forward.
Well, Major Rob Gavin, we certainly appreciate your time this morning. I know you're really busy, but thank you for popping in, and you're welcome to stay on, but you probably got lots
I do have to run here in a couple minutes, but I wanted to thank you and thank everybody. Everybody on here is has some great causes and things to talk about, but I appreciate you letting me go in here first and doing that, and thank you for putting this out there to everybody, and I wish everybody a safe and happy week here. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, talk to you soon, Rob.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, so I pulled on the wrong video. It was Encourage Health. So let's just jump into Encourage Health now. So we got Franny and Dr. DeVonna and Bill. So that's coming up this Thursday. I mean, for years, yay, we've had to do it. We did it on location, but obviously with COVID this year, we've had to pivot, and we're going to be going live online on the Healthy Savannah page. So anyhow, Franny and DeVonna and Bill, what are you all going to be talking about on Thursday at 1 p.m.?
So we're going to be given some tips on stress management in the time of COVID, because everything has been crazy and it seems to never be ending. So you hear on the news about job loss, you hear about school closures and vaccines, but we really don't talk about like the mental health side and how people are handling the actual stress management of this, what feels like never ending 2020. And so we're going to bring in some tips from the sports world that we used to use and that he still uses in his world. And help people basically figure out how to manage
so
what they're going
what
through.
Kind of tips are we going to learn? I just would love to entice people to tune in at 1 p.m. on October 1st at the Encourage Health lecture series on Healthy Savannah's page.
Well, we'll come from two different points of view. DeVonna is going to be speaking on. She has she does a little bit of consulting with people to help them in their daily lives. And I come from the point of view of dealing with stress through athletics. I was a pro athlete, now I'm a coach. And so I practice and teach handling the stress for the kids. Here in the local community, I help coach with the Savannah swim team. And I also do the young adults over at SCAD. I'm a head coach at SCAD. And getting kids into sport really helps them prepare to get them to slow the negative effects of the stresses and lets their body and mind kind of get into something and be able to hone down on sport, and helps them with stuff like today, like COVID, and it helps them be able to deal with stress. So I'm going to be talking a lot about structure and planning and getting into sport as a way to deal with stress.
My nightly
mechanisms.
walk, I have to do it. I know it definitely helps reduce stress. Definitely.
Oh yeah, fitness is huge. People don't realize you don't have to be a professional athlete to get the benefits of it. So even if you can get home from work and take a 30-minute walk, that activity, burns up the adrenaline, the cortisol, it calms the body down. And so we're going to talk on, like he said, structure as well, of how athletes plan their season out 6 months, a year in advance, all the way down to the week and to the day. And we tend to not do that. We tend to just kind of fly by the seat of our pants, and whatever comes up, we just go with it. And so Bill's going to actually teach you how do you structure things so that you bake in breaks, so that you bake in recovery time, because when you're going through chronic stress, you have to have downtime. And so it's kind of like playing a football game, forever. You can't. You have to have breaks. You have to have timeouts. And so same thing goes for life. You got to take breaks in there.
I'm connected through the series as a host. I'm a yoga instructor and a wellness guide. And my number one goal is to help people and guide people to being the best version of themselves. And so even beyond athletes and even beyond I think so many people get into this mindset that it's not for them. Yoga's not for them. Any type of physical activity is not for them. And I think it's really nice that we're able to have a conversation. These conversations that are starting on Thursday are going to be about connecting everyone to something that will help them deal with that will help you personally deal with your stress, and finding ways that work for you in just facilitating your own wellness and your own health. That is the number one initiative, is wellness and health, and having a conversation. You're included. We'll have a chat open so that you can ask questions and be a part of the conversation with us. And it's about a community, and we're all in this together. And so talking with Dr. Ivana and Bill and myself, it is a way to connect you with your wellness goals while being able to sit in the comfort of your own home safely, happily, and healthy, being connected to a way that's going to make you feel like you're doing everything you can for yourself. And so we're so excited to chat with you all. We're so excited to chat with each other. It's going to be such a great time and a moment for you to take some time for yourself. Like, have you taken a moment to breathe today? And if you haven't, you can come start with us on Thursday when we do our online virtual event. We're so excited to see all of you.
So thank you. Yes, absolutely. I actually have a video about Encourage Health. And then I know we've got some folks trying to get on. I bet it's Terry Enoch with United Way. So I know, and we're really full in the studio this morning. So let me run this. So Devonna and Bill, thank you so much for being on this morning. And we will see you guys Thursday, October 1st, 1 p.m. on the Healthy Savannah Encourage Health link, live with Franny doing the hosting. So
Sounds
awesome.
good.
Okay, we will see you guys later. We've got a full studio, and I got to pull some more people in. So we'll see you on Thursday. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's so, I love what they're doing with all of that, especially like working with what he said about students and athletes and young people. So many of us right now are doing the online learning thing, or we're doing the online learning thing with our kids. And mine in particular went from just usual class like everybody to, you know, they were online at 8 in the morning to 2:30 in the afternoon. I can't even do that, you know. And so I'd go in there and my daughter would be like standing on her head or playing with Legos or not focusing on anything she was supposed to be doing. But she was like, and my kids, Marjorie knows her. I mean, she's a pretty laid back kid. She was a full blown stress case. And so we would take every break she had. I'm like, and I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this, but every break she had was like, all right, let's go outside, let's walk, let's ride, let's go run around the drive, do something to break the monotony. But I think this series for parents in particular, with children, there are so many things they'll be able to take back to their kids to utilize as well along the line, because sports really do identify, you know, kids do identify sometimes a lot better with sports and athletics and all that kind of stuff. So I think I'm really excited to hear what the series has to bring.
Look, Louie, there is Brandon and Terry just popped into the studio, and I know you guys are super busy. You just came off your other show. And I know you popped in. Let's go ahead and talk about what's happening with the United Way.
So, thank you, Margie. Thank y'all so much for having me on this morning. I'm broadcasting right now from Abilities Unlimited. The theme of our update, in which we gave a campaign update, the theme this morning was Hope in Motion. And if you get a chance to look at that experience, was amazing. When I tell you that we had an opportunity to see Hope in Motion, it was in the clients that received services here at Abilities Unlimited. It was an amazing experience. I invite all of you to go there to look at it. Just amazing. But thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Terry, I don't think I've seen you since the Goodwill.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting time. Let me tell you something. Marjorie and many others, I think Cecilia Turner was a part of that as well. And we did a fundraiser to support Goodwill Industries. And some kind of way they manipulated and voluntold me to become a model, to model just some wonderful clothing that we had there at Goodwill. It was an amazing experience. That's why my modeling career ended right there on the as I walked down for the last time. That was many years ago. I tried to talk about that. Thank you. What an amazing experience.
They actually, I think we had about 10 different models, and we had somebody in the Hollywood industry put together these outfits. And remember, it was like 25 degrees outside. It was so cold. I just remember because I had like a sleeveless thing on that we had to walk outside, and it was freezing.
That event was fantastic.
That's where I met you.
That event was fantastic. They took, for those that don't know, Goodwill, they took regular Goodwill clothing that they had in their store, and then they had a fashion design person from the film industry, and she like had a sleeve off of this, a belt off of that, and some beading off of this, and something else off of that, and they were like runway fashion week level fantastic bits of clothing and outfits for this fashion show that they had. It was absolutely amazing.
They should do that every year. It sounds awesome.
Yeah.
It does.
I think
how long ago was that?
5.
A lot. 10.
Wow.
A
Easily.
long time ago. It was under not the current director right now. It was somebody before. It was the grand opening of the Pooler Goodwill, and that's how.
Never that one. I have to date it by how old my kids were.
Yes.
That's a good reference point.
Bryn, I'm going to pull Bryn on here and just tell us what the goal is this year. Hold on a second. There we go. Talk to us right away and what everybody watching can do to help.
Oh gosh. Well, we are starting our 3rd week of the campaign. Our goal is $8 million by November 19th. We have an amazing leader, as you know, in Terry Enoch as our 2020 campaign chair. And note that cool tattoo on his arm.
What is this?
It says "Always United."
Oh, does it really?
I'm not sure if Terry even knows that. I don't know if Terry's even seen that. No, our amazing marketing team added that to Terry's picture. Terry hasn't really gotten a tattoo. Have you, Terry? I don't think so.
No, look, I saw it, but I was trying to get the whole Mike Tyson piece done, So as long as we don't, if we can go through the whole Mike Tyson over the whole face, that would be great.
Wow, always united, right?
Always united, absolutely.
I think Terry needs it across the back of his head.
It'd be a nice billboard there, but Terry is doing a Monday morning update every single Monday morning, and as he mentioned this morning, he was at Abilities Unlimited, and it was amazing because it's real people helping real people doing really important things that are changing lives and improving lives, and one of the over 80 programs that United Way has supported. And Terry may have updates. I don't know. I missed the first maybe minute and a half of your update this morning, Terry. I don't know if you have any numbers to update us with.
I do. And I want to thank our president and CEO of the United Way of the Coast Empire, Bryn, really done an amazing job. Her leadership is really showing itself as she leads us through some times we've never experienced before. And so I want to thank Bryn, the entire United Way staff for inviting me to be a part of this journey. As you know, we started the campaign on September the 10th. It kicked off. We have $8 million. I always want to thank all of our media friends from WJCL, SAB, WTLC, make sure I don't forget anybody, G100, Savannah Morning News, the Savannah Tribune, who shared our message across the 4-county region. The funds that's been raised will be used to support what I call the region's best performing nonprofit agencies that are working on the front lines, just like we're here today at Abilities Unlimited. They're there to ensure that every child has the potential to succeed, that adults can provide for their families, and that everyone can live a healthy life. The campaign will run until through September 10th through November 19th. We have a lot of work to do, and I want all of you to join us. To date, we have raised about 15% of our goal.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So I'm very excited about that. Due to the pandemic, running this campaign almost entirely online via, as we're doing now, video conferencing, and we're doing some socially distanced presentations. But despite the challenges of running a campaign this way and learning as we go, we cannot be more encouraged. You know, the need is greater than before. Our goal this year was not based on some of the traditional formulas that we use to, for giving, and what we did, we based it on need. Last year, the need was 8 million. This year, we know the need is much greater. And so we could not set it any lower than what we had last year. It's our hope, and I underscore hope, is that we raise much more than the $8 million. There are families struggling. They're struggling to make ends meet. They're living from paycheck to paycheck. And we want to make sure that at the very core of what we're doing, that children and families have a place to go locally and their resources that they need. I would tell you early on when we went out and started talking to companies, they gave me great hope. Even in these, and you hear the word unprecedented times, but we're seeing leadership in its finest form. And many of our community leaders are just not committing to the campaign, but they're increasing their levels of giving. And what we're doing is looking for new and exciting ways to give. So I'm going to ask all of you that's on the line today, if you will go online, go to uwce.org and give. And also, I'd like for you to talk to your employer or friends about a workplace campaign. It's an opportunity for businesses and organizations to get creative about fundraising for the United Way, or give a percentage of sales, or create a signature drink. That would be great, right? A signature drink at a bar or something. No, don't do the bar. Or think of other fun ways to do that. We had the opportunity to be at Leopold's, who created Georgia Pecan Blue, a special ice cream flavor to support us in the United Way campaign. The proceeds from the new flavor will benefit the United Way and its great organizations. I do want to mention Ganem Realty. They're making a donation to the campaign for every house bought or sold during their closing for a community event. So that's absolutely amazing. And
wow.
Then one of my favorite, yeah. Isn't that great?
Fantastic.
I'm trying to get a lot in a short period of time with you guys. And Roly Poly of Savannah. And what they're doing, yeah, you guys, if you've been there, the food is just awesome. But this day, $1 off every order they're donating to the United States, which is great. If any of you are familiar with Puzzle Piece Boutique in Rincon, they're doing 10%, doing all Fridays in October, beginning this Friday. So that boutique has some great stuff there. I would ask that you go support them. And then lastly, South Fork Provisions in Rincon is doing 15% on Saturday, October the 17th. So these are really great ways to give. And I ask that you join me in making sure we not only meet our goal, but exceed it.
I'm telling you, we live in the best city. Being a business owner here, we care, we love our community. And this is what They do. I mean, we're all in this together. We want to make sure our community stays strong. And with United Way, we've got to make sure we get donations. We've got to get to 8 million, which we will,
Yes.
because that's the kind of community we live in.
I love that. I love that you say we.
Yes.
We, the big we. Terry says every time he speaks, it is not just me, it is all of us. We're a team. Nothing I've ever done have I been successful at that wasn't a team effort. So I love that you say we. I see that Catalina asked me several questions on the chat feature, and tell us something that people may not know about United Way. I'll share that for those who don't know, I just joined United Way in February. So just 6 weeks after starting this job, we were met with the challenge of a pandemic, as everyone in our community and our world was met with that challenge. And I had to learn a lot very quickly. I knew I had a steep learning curve no matter what. But under these conditions, it was extremely challenging, and yet there was lots of great, incredible value. So while there were great challenges, there was also great opportunity in those challenges. And first and foremost, I really understood in a very deep way now that I could not have understood otherwise, the power of this mechanism that the community built 82 years ago. The fact that there is this entity that was built by the leadership of this community for the community it's just a brilliant thing. It's not something you can stand up in a minute. It's not something you could stand up in a few weeks or a year. This is something that has been built and sustained over 82 years to support each other in good times and in bad times, but certainly during a pandemic, our value and our work maybe is more visible than it normally is. And the other question was, what are some of the things United Way is doing to respond to COVID? And very first thing we did in March was create the Rapid Response Fund, the COVID-19 Rapid Response Fund. And we did that not knowing really at all how long that support would be needed, how much we could raise. We were thinking we might need to fill a gap that was, 3 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks for people who were losing their jobs or being furloughed or laid off or reduction in hours. And we're going to need some help with rent and mortgage and utilities just to keep people afloat, fill that gap so that they could step back into employment as soon as possible. And it's expanded, right? I mean, that gap has continued to get bigger and bigger. And thankfully, because of the work we have been doing with our Rapid Response Fund, the city and county, city of Savannah and Chatham County, when they had some CARES dollars available, approached us and asked if we could be a partner in distributing those funds, since it was very similar to the work we had already been doing. And we've been doing that work with several partners: Family Promise, Salvation Army, Wesley Community Centers. And then once we partnered with the city and the county to distribute CARES Act dollars, we have added EOA and consumer credit counseling services. But we have already been able to disperse well over $1 million in Savannah and Chatham County to keep people in their homes and to make sure they can keep the lights on and the water flowing. And it's been difficult, and it's not been without risk or challenge, but we knew that it was our job to do. And to the point of this campaign, the needs are only increasing, they're not lessening. And this campaign is what really determines how well we can support our nonprofit partners moving forward, and how well we can deliver on those direct services through 211 and our county service centers. So that's what we've been doing. That's what we're doing now. And thank you so much for the opportunity to share a little bit with you guys this morning.
Oh, God, we certainly appreciate your leadership. This is unprecedented times. We're living in historic times. It's definitely going to go down in the history books, and we will hit $8 million.
We will. I love it.
Yeah, Margie, if I just do a shout out to Catalina. You and Catalina reached out to me and invited Brenda and I to be on the show this morning to support the United Way and all the programs and things that we're doing to take care of our community. Thank you so much for what you guys continue to do. It's amazing work. We can't do it without you. We need everybody. And I would tell you, everybody, this is about participation. We're looking for 100% participation in our community, where every dollar counts. Some can give a lot, some can only give a little, but every dollar counts. I ask that you encourage everyone to give something, and it'll make a difference.
Absolutely.
So
and for folks watching, please make a donation. Go to United Way, coastalempire.uwce.org. Is that correct? And make your donation today. Yeah. And Terry and Bryn, you're welcome to come on. Just click on the link every Monday morning. Give us an update. You're at 15% now. Let's all visualize next week it's going to be 30%. Okay. So anyhow, thank you very much for coming on. And Bryn, I'll see you at Rotary. Are you actually going to? Will you be there today?
I am supposed to be there today. I may now log on just because of other appointments, but I'm speaking there next week, the 5th.
Yeah, awesome. Well, I'm going to actually pulled out my winter boots because I'm not going to ruin my regular shoes. It's a downpour.
It's dark out there.
Terry and Bryn, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Absolutely. Okay, I'll see you at Rotary, guys. All right. Thank you. All right, let's see. Let's go to the Mayes house. There we go. Ariana, there we go. Can you, wait, hold on a second, Ariana. Let me pull this up here. Tell us what's going on with the empty bowl.
Yes. So good morning, everyone. This has been such a cool experience so far. So it's awesome to hear about so many incredible people and United Way. We are proudly a United Way funded agency. So it's so wonderful to have had Bryn and Terry here. Just a little background about Emmaus House specifically. We are a soup kitchen. We're located downtown. We provide meals, laundry, and shower to the homeless population, primarily the unsheltered homeless population. And so right now, if you and I are struggling to get through these unprecedented times, you can only imagine what that means for someone who, when they're told that they need to shelter in place, they don't have a shelter. And so they rely very heavily on the services that we provide. We're not a shelter, but we do provide a hot meal and a hot shower. We'll wash a load of clothes. And so that service is incredibly important. So our Empty Bowl event is once a year. It's our big annual event. And we basically procure these beautiful bowls from various artists all over the city. It's a wonderful kind of combination of charity and an art show. And we get these different bowls, and the idea in the past has been to open our doors and allow individuals to come in and sit at the same tables, the same chairs that our clients do every day, and really be able to, fellowship and come together. And obviously with the pandemic, we're not congregate feeding, we're doing everything to go. And so we're kind of moving that, the Empty Bowl fundraiser in that same direction. And so this year, November 1st, the event will be at Reynolds Square. It'll be open. And we are going to do everything to go style. We have a new executive chef who's going to be providing all of the soups. And so you come in, $20, you get to pick up your own bowl, whatever bowl that you find that speaks to you, right? And you can grab some soup and take it to go, and you can eat it in the square. You can take it home, whatever floats your boat. But starting on October 19th, there's going to be an online element of this event. We'll have an online auction. We're also going to be highlighting our artists that donate bowls every year. a handful of the artists, not everyone, because there's quite a few bowls. That would be like 500 people. But we are going to really do a wonderful empty bowl artist spotlight starting October 19th, in addition to the online auction. And then we're also going to allow our new executive chef to sort of walk us through a recipe for one of the soups that we will have at the actual event. So we're encouraging everyone to follow us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram. On Facebook, we're Emmaus House Savannah, and then on Instagram, we're Emmaus.house. It's EMMAUS.house. And check us out. See, all the wonderful things that we're doing online for this event. All of the proceeds go directly into buying food and food supplies for our program, and it goes directly into helping our homeless and needy folks on the street. So that's what we're doing, and we're excited.
Just fabulous, fabulous work you guys do there. Seriously, so anybody, do they just go to the website to make a donation? Is that how you do it?
Absolutely. You can go on our website. It's unitedministriessavannah.org.
Okay.
And there's a donate button there. And then if you follow us on social media, that information is also available. So you can easily donate.
If you're an artist, how do you submit a bowl to be selected?
You literally send me an email and say, I have bowls, and then I will squeal with joy and come pick them up from you. Like, it's very simple. I just want bowls. And that's the beautiful thing about this event. What's that?
Do artists make them, or are they just bowls you buy like at the store?
They're handmade bowls. So we team up with like the Savannah Clay Spot, the Savannah Clay Community. There are so many incredible local artists who this is what they do. And we were concerned for a while that given the pandemic that we'd have a smaller amount of bowls this year, just because people are home and they're making stuff. So, and excited to give back. And so we're very blessed that we're going to have a good amount of beautiful, beautiful handmade bowls by incredible artists that are right here in the community. So we're really excited about it.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that information, and we'll continue to run it in community headlines and post information about it. And I think Deidre, she's on the board, right?
Deidre Grimm is one of our new board members. Yes. Yeah, we're excited to have her. Awesome. She's everywhere. She does everything in Savannah. It's outrageous.
I like to call her Dr. Grimm because I
call her Doc. Yeah.
Man, when you earn that PhD, you should be calling her Doctor.
It's yours.
Yes.
Change your first name completely.
What a journey that was. Anyhow, thank you.
Thank you.
So, all right. So we also have Jess on here about making a wish.
Hey,
tell us.
Marjorie, do you want to also talk about BizPitch, being that's the applications are going on right now?
If you have all the information, I know Michael was going to come on, but it's Yom Kippur and he couldn't come on today. So.
Yes. So right now with SCORE, BizPitch Savannah has officially launched. And we're super excited this year because it's our 3rd annual event. And if you're not familiar with BizPitch, kind of think of it like Shark Tank, where young entrepreneurs or aspiring entrepreneurs get to pitch their business idea to other business leaders within the community. So right now, the application process is going on. The deadline is October 2nd, and you can visit the bizpitchsavannah.com website to get all of the things that you need in order to get your application ready to go. Once all of the applications are received, then on October 14th, well, a little bit before, between the 2nd and the 14th, we'll be compiling all of the applications and start deciding on who will our finalists be. We're going to be picking 8 finalists. So in your application process, make sure that pitch is very, very strong, because you want to be one of the 8 applications that are chosen. If you become one of those 8 chosen, then you receive professional pitching consultation and advice and presentation skills, and it's a huge value add for our contestants that they'll learn how to properly pitch their business. And then from there, we're going to have our live stream event on Friday, November 6th. And the top 3 winners will be winning cash prizes. Last year's winners and the year before, our contestants won up to $10,000. And it's all because of the huge community support that we have from people like Lisa Narcisse, who's with BB&T Truist Bank. She's the regional vice president. She's going to be one of our judges this year, as well as they were one of our major sponsors this year.
Have
which is
you selected all the judges yet?
Yeah. We sure have. And I saw Courtney pop on before. Courtney Rollins is the president with Buy Local, and she's going to be one of our judges this year as well. We have a lot of other great judges in store, lots of surprises coming up that you're going to see. So make sure that you follow Score Savannah on Facebook and Instagram to keep tabs on it. If you have a business that is under 12 months old, located in Savannah, or if you have a business idea that you want to come and pitch, the requirement is that it has to be either conceptual or under a year old, and that it has to be located in Chatham County. I invite you guys to apply, work on your pitches, and it's going to be an awesome event.
For folks that don't know what SCORE is, which I would be shocked, they will actually mentor your small business for free.
For free.
Free. Yeah, and it's around the country. I mean, I have like 10,000 mentors that can reach out, and you need to reach out and help you, and help yourself. You know, make sure you call and get connected with SCORE. But I have SCORE actually helped turn my father's company around many, many years ago. So I highly recommend them like crazy. So anyhow, so thank you for the update on that. And Jess, tell us about Make-A-Wish, and then we've got, see if we can get Rachel on to give us an update about her new work, and Philip is going to give us an update on some other cool things happening. So tell us about Make-A-Wish.
All right, awesome, thank you. So Make-A-Wish just launched their Waiting for Wishes campaign, and that is running through November 12th. It's going to end with a competition for Savannah's Best Waiter. So 15 community leaders are competing to be Savannah's best waiter, and they will be waiting tables of 8 at the Perry Lane Hotel on November 12th. And as a waiter, each contestant is asked to raise a minimum of $1,500 prior to November 12th. And then the tips that they receive from slinging drinks, bussing tables, bringing out food, all of that, all of those tips that they receive also go into their campaign. And then the waiter who raises the most amount of money gets championed or titled, I guess, Savannah's Best Waiter. And so if you want to get involved with a team, I'm one of the contestants on the team, but if you want to get involved in a team, definitely just go to georgia.wish.org and check out the Waiting for Wishes. It's a really great campaign. Every Wednesday, their Make-A-Wish is talking about one of the children that have received a wish in the past. And every single Wednesday, I can like cry. It's just so sweet.
Yeah.
Last week, Wednesday, Ethan was featured, and he had just gotten, like through COVID and everything, he had just received his final chemo treatment. He'd been cleared, like everything was in the good. And one of his wishes was that he wanted to create a video game so that other kids who were going through cancer treatments could beat cancer on the video game. And so the community came together, they helped him make the video game, and he launched it. And it was just, oh my God, I just cry up. It's so sweet. So we invite you guys to get involved. If you want to donate to a campaign, you can donate to mine.
Yes.
But it's a great cause, and Make-A-Wish is a great organization.
Yeah, and we certainly appreciate all the organizations that you help out. I mean, you're involved with a bunch of them, so.
It's a busy time of year. I feel like this year going into 2020, I was like, okay, each quarter I have this, and it was very focused. And then all the quarters got put on hold and kind of pushed to fourth quarter. So now it's a crazy time.
Well, we will continue to run the information about Make-A-Wish, make sure we get it to us, and we'll put it on community headlines. And thank you for joining us and sharing that information. And
thanks so much, Marjorie. We appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right. So Philip, you're going to talk to us about Men of the Year. Is that right? Tell it what's going on with that, Philip.
Well, good morning, Marjorie. Yeah, it's we got a pretty exciting event happening this Sunday. I am the managing director of a local marketing insights company called Soul Insights, but I'm partnering with a great organization. Some of your audience may have heard of, some of them may have not heard of, named Excel Strategies, based here in Savannah. So in short, they are a mentoring network for young men ages 15 to 25, and they're helping these young men lead purpose-filled lives. So in short, their purpose is to help these young at-risk men. They work with school systems, court systems, churches, other community institutions to reach out to young men who don't have a strong family system. They're likely lacking a father or a father figure in their lives. And as we all know from academic studies going back a long time, that leads to more broken families, lower graduation rates from high school, troubles in the workforce, crime, and all the like. So Excel Strategies has been around for years. They do great work in the community, building a structured mentoring program, building relationships, helping them learn life skills, principles like being on time. And one of the biggest things that they do is they teach these young men trades that are really being neglected. And if you talk to any of our local companies in terms of getting skilled labor in utilities, electricians, construction, auto industry, it's becoming an increasingly difficult task to find labor. So what Excel launched, and they'll be promoting this Sunday and their annual summit, is they have launched this year something called Excel Works Mobile Training Units. Y'all can see it if you come out to the event. But at the Excel Summit this Sunday, October 4th, starting at 6 p.m. at Victory North Savannah, Excel is going to be having their annual fundraiser, in which they are trying to further their operations as a true nonprofit here in Savannah, and they're growing across the Southeast, but they're trying to fundraise to get 2 more of these mobile training units on the road to go into these neighborhoods with these young men and teach them skills on these much needed trades. So the event is going to be at Victory North Savannah. Everybody in the community is invited. The website's up right now. I'm going to put the link in the chat so y'all can share it. We're selling a limited number of tickets to come celebrate with us in person. Like you said, Marjorie, the Men of the Year. We're going to be presenting an award to the Student of the Year, to the Mentor of the Year, and that's a really big award that Excel gives out every year. And it's also going to be an invitation for the community to get involved in what we're doing with the MTUs, the mobile training units. So we're also going to have the fabulous Equinox Orchestra playing some big band jazz. We're going to have a great clean venue. We're going to have heavy hors d'oeuvres, be local catering, and we're going to have some adult beverages from Victory North. People can come and check out the MTUs. We're going to be doing live demos at the beginning of the event, and it's going to be an awesome, fun time. So I quickly wanted to say, in terms of the COVID precautions, because it is an in-person event, we are taking certain safety measures for those who would love to get outdoors and enjoy this event. We're going to be doing limited time tickets. So when you go to the website, if you'd like to attend and celebrate in person, there's going to be limited tickets per kind of clock window. And we're also, once again, Victory North runs a premier facility that's going to be very, very cleanly. We'll have hand sanitizing stations, Excel branded masks. Part of the event is going to be outside to get some good old vitamin D. But for those who can't attend, once again, if you go to the link we provided, you could just make a contribution if you'd like to join the cause if you can't attend this Sunday, October 4th, for whatever reason.
Philip, when you're talking about these young men, is it elementary, middle school, high school? What age group?
Good question. So these young men, the target age range in which the program that Excel has works best is ages 15 to 25.
Okay. Oh.
That's the prime age range where they're reaching out to those young men as they're going through high school, as they're in the prime of that adolescence, that development phase where these boys turn into men. That's where you see the power of Excel really, really take great effect.
I need to introduce you to Park Place Outreach. They've got some Yeah, Ariana's saying, yeah. They have some young men there. Yeah, we'll do that.
Absolutely. Because that's one of the questions that comes up, and I'd love to speak with you on that further, is they're always looking to build new networks to get more young men into the mentoring program. So they're always looking to build new connections throughout the entire coastal region.
Ariana, do you have any ideas for them?
Yeah, we partner with Park Place Outreach. They have a transitional living program for men. I think it's ages 18 to 22. Okay. I could be wrong about that age group, but they are, they would be a wonderful organization to link up with. There's also Urban Mentoring Academy. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but there are some agencies that that would be really great to link up with for sure, that are doing really important work for young men.
What was the second one? What was the second one?
Urban Mentoring Academy.
Awesome.
Yeah. Have you met Dr. Zeke Zimmerman with 100 Black Men?
Okay.
Yeah, they would all be good connections for your mission.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Oh, heard me. Dr. Zeke Zimmerman with 100 Black Men would be fantastic for you to connect with, because he's currently, we partnered with him for the last several years, and he is in like 20 something schools, brings the mentoring programs to the schools, and does a lot of work with kids from elementary all the way through high school.
Sounds great. I'll certainly look more into that for sure with all three of those.
Philip, thank you so much for coming on. We've got Rachel Lutz. She's been on a few times before, and she's going to give us an update about her job.
It's I'm kicking it. I honestly feel amazed how well I'm doing there. I've grown and I've come home and I've deposited my, baking my own checks, and like I said, this dream is really came true, because I've laid in my bed last night and I'm like, oh my gosh, October's coming, and my dream, my house is going to be here hopefully soon. And the thing about me working is I get to make money, and I'm now been able to buy stuff for my future place and living in the backyard and stuff like that. But it's really going good. My manager just says, oh my gosh, she's a darling, like she's my other child. I can't get out of there and not eat. And but like I said, I'm making money. My second paycheck I deposited, it was pretty big, and this other one, and I'm really excited. I feel like I told my parents, I'm like, my house is like I'm going to college, because there's like stuff all over the place. And but I'm working.
You're a role model, Rachel. You're a role model. You've got a big responsibility on top of that, but you're actually showing folks that you can do that when you have.
And I'm like I said, my parents are now able to see that I've grown up, because I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. I'm now starting to get on time for work and stuff like that. But I'm working now several days a week and several hours. One day I was supposed to get off at 2:30. Well, I ended up not getting off till almost 4, because I just was like, I gotta make, I need to stay there and work. But it's a really good fit. I'm loving it. So yeah.
Hey, Rachel, if you can help us talk about this kitty that needs a home, let's pitch it. Just encourage people to adopt this kitty. Okay, this cat's name is Cadbury. So
Okay.
let's encourage people to go to Coastal Pet Rescue. So go ahead.
Coastal Pet Rescue.
Mm-hmm.
That cat is really gorgeous, and I'm sure I can find a great home for it. Not me, because I already have one.
Okay.
But there's probably going to be people out there that need someone to love a kitty cat.
This
So
kitty's name is.
So very cute.
It's
He's so
really
very
cute.
cute.
But you know what? I can't afford one right now. I mean, I even said to my parents yesterday, I'm like, well, my future reference is once my cat's gone, because they're gonna start traveling more in the RV and in a while and stuff, and I'm not gonna be going because me wants to be here and stuff like that. But I said to them, I'm like, Mom, Dad, once I get money and everything, I'm gonna want a small dog like Catalina's dog to keep me out there. But my parents are like, you're gonna have to take care of it, and I'm like, yes, I am. See,
Oh, there's your
that's
Roxy.
that's the right
Roxy,
size I
hey.
need. Just
Oh,
something
gosh.
that can, because my cat's like 13, so it's like I just need something small, nothing big, that can ride around. And but I usually am scared of thunderstorms, and my parents are like, man, I didn't even wake up the other night of the storm. And I kind of
And
woke
you
up.
had that big lightning strike on your street up the street the other night. Her Flynn was like the street that really got lightning hit the transformer or something up there. They had fire engines and everything out at like 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, Rachel, I just want to say I'm super proud of you. And for
Thank you.
for those that don't know, and Rachel doesn't mind me saying this, like Rachel was diagnosed as autistic when she was a little girl. And, they said at the time, that she was never going to be able to do anything more than your average second grader. And that was kind of her prognosis. And her mom, who is a local artist and former teacher, at the time, I mean, Rachel's 20. How old are you now, Rachel? 22?
I'm 22. Yes, ma'am.
22. So at the time, there were not a lot of resources here for people with special needs children. And her mother was really not only an advocate for her, but a serious trailblazer for parents in the special needs uh, sector, I guess, or arena, or whatever you want to call it. But for other parents that had children with special needs. And now, because of not only Anne's work and her parents' dedication to Rachel's hard work, um, shout out to Chicken Salad Chick, who, they decided to give Rachel a job and give her real opportunity. Rachel participated in the program for special needs folks over at Johnson High School, and that program was phenomenal for her.
Yeah, that
I mean, that really changed. It was a game changer. And now, jump forward to now, Rachel is working. She's, semi-independent. Her parents have purchased a tiny home that they're putting in the backyard so that she can live on her own and have some own independence.
And we were talking about, this past weekend, Friday, I had some dear friends of mine in the neighborhood just really love me, and they're helping me get this place fixed. They're going to fix it up, make it cute. They're going to buy me stuff. They gave me a $75 Herb Creek gift card certificate so my goal is to purchase a water fountain for my place. Well, I deposited a $115 paycheck this week. I get paid this Friday. I calculated my money. I'm already at 190. So if I deposit that Friday, I get the fountain. So I'm trying to buy stuff for this place. But we were talking about, my parents were saying the other day, I don't know if you know Catalina, Kimberly, and Alan now.
Yeah.
Their child is in first grade, and it was so funny. He's actually getting help and tutored by my old reading teacher, who was able to get me to where I needed to be, was able to get me to read and stuff like that, because my mom was telling Kimberly and all of them, I was not able to do what I'm doing now, like read. I was not able to text. I was not able to say words. And I'm saying,
well, and I remember when we first hired you to work at the pool, part of that was to teach you how to handle money, count change, and just do very basic things. And now that you're actually working, have a bank account and can figure out savings to purchase things for your new home.
It's really going good. I mean, well, I mean, like I said,
really proud of you.
I have they're like little orange. I know what y'all probably know what there are. They're like little orange folders. And I have labels like their food, there's labels restaurants, their clothing, and I even have a label for my job folder, and it's chicken salad chick. So when I put all my receipts in there, it's all in the basket, my deposit slips, and I'm able to add up. So I really think, and I even told my mom and them, I'm now at this point where I'm looking at receipts and tickets at the restaurant that now they're having me serve out the food to people at the tables. Like, I'm moving up to where, and then she said that next week they're going to have me working the register and answering the phone because,
well, Rachel,
I'm just doing so well.
Well, I applaud you. I'm proud of you. Marjorie and I both have to go. We've got to get to Rotary and do some other things.
Yeah, I got to get to work too.
So much. You've got to get to work. So thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For coming on, and everybody else, go to Coastal Pet Rescue. Check out the kitty. Got to get that little guy adopted.
Thank y'all
See y'all next Monday. Bye, guys. Bye, guys.